holding the camera, so I can't do the two-handed hello and welcome back that I usually do. Not with the hands anyways. They're funny to watch. I felt as though I haven't had much to say recently for a while. Not that I've been blissed out and smiling all day, every day either. Around October, November, I had committed myself really to grounding. Actually, that whole year leading up to November was a recommitment to grounding, and around that time it just hit strong. And I feel very involved with the physical aspects of life, and almost to the point of too busy. I've gotten to the point where I was too busy. Just recently, within the last month or two, I've been thinking more often about finding a healthier balance, much more because I'm finding that you can, and you can go too far into, happiness and all the things that you like, and then you can go too far into the, and I'm not saying positive and negative either, too far into the mundane or the physical aspects of life, and also the what can be seen as your duties, because when you start to ground yourself, those types of things become more in your awareness. So one has to be careful not to let the heaviness that the mind can generate whenever you try these these new changes in your life that are very dualistic in nature, where you have very much just grounding, or very much just what's the right word I'm trying to find here, kind of like an airy-fairy, where you neglect the physical aspect of life. Sometimes you might not even clean yourself for a while. You might just, the whole place where you live in becomes can be dirty, that sort of thing, because if you go too far into that other opposite side, not grounding, then the basics become, you almost feel as though you don't need to do them. So I'm finding now that having gone a little bit too far in the grounding aspect, to the point where for me, I was just too busy, and I'm finding myself closing myself off to other people, even situations, because the mind almost likes the idea of being busy. I'm always busy now. So that another ego can be formed from it. So now it's unforming that, and just including the two aspects, spiritual and physical, into the everyday, and not giving one more importance than the other. And the thing is, when I decided to do this grounding thing at the beginning of 2022 or 2021, when I started doing this grounding, dedicated to grounding, I had no idea what was going to come of it, really, how far I was going to go in any of the aspects of it. And what I found is that I went a bit too far into it, and I only found out well, you could feel it coming. See, this is the thing with the ego. It likes to indulge, even though it's kind of suffering on one aspect, it still likes to indulge in its new identity, and it builds a certain strength from that new identity, the identity that says, I can do this, I am always busy, and it has a type of pride about it. So learning to dismantle that, I'm walking around making sure these guys are not going where they're not supposed to. So recognizing that, and now finding a more, just not stopping on the first thought, going deeper into the chain of thinking that leads to a lot of the action through the body. So as I'm faced with thinking, I'm going deeper into the thoughts, right? Instead of concentrating on more on, you know, what I've got to do and staying focused on that, I'm also including that going deeper. So haven't made videos in a while because I felt so involved into that. And what I found is that if you involve yourself too heavily on that side, the physical, then again, you shut yourself off, and you start to carry inside of you a restlessness, and you shut doors. So in a sense, less compassionate, more selfish. So that's, and you have to remember, I'm speaking about the extreme of that. Okay, so when you make that decision to ground, there's a danger that you can go to that extreme, which is why I'm doing this and recording it in these videos, so that anyone that might come across this themselves can be maybe prepared. So it does help, I find, for myself, if I know something may be coming. Not that you can prepare for it, but when you see it, you recognize it, there's less of a, oh my God, this is happening to me. It feels almost as, I don't know, feels lighter. I can't really think of another word without just creating something that wouldn't really relate, so. I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank all the new subscribers. I really appreciate everyone who takes the time to subscribe, watch these videos. I always get I feel is a pretty high ratio from the amount of people who watch the video to the people who click that like. So I appreciate that so much, people. I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart. So wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace.